This is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. Part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 328 for Thursday, April 25th. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter from the Dominator Race Product Studio. Tonight on the show, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming race seasons at Oakshade Raceway and Sandusky Speedway. Sandusky was originally supposed to start this weekend, but they pushed it back, so they're actually not starting until the following weekend.
27th.
May 4th, no.
May the 4th.
Yes, may the 4th be with you.
Yes.
So we'll be talking to Chris Mize from Sandusky Speedway, but first we'll be speaking with Chrissy Henricks.
Ooh, cool.
Is going to be joining us from Oakshade Raceway to talk about things going on there. Things going on the show tonight, we're going to be giving away some things. Like we normally do, we have the hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live for a chance to win one of these guys, official Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. If you have a race car, you can put it on your race car, send us a picture, and you're part of the Hammer Down Racing Army.
Just so you don't think I'm not part of the deal, see, I've got them too.
Those are ones we've already given away, though. So, and on top of that, the hashtag DCR, we also have this other thing, thanks to
there's more.
John Young Racing. He wants to give away a couple pit passes to Oakshade Raceway. Yeah.
Ooh.
But there's a stipulation on this.
You've got to use them.
No. Well, yes, but no. Hashtag 15Y is going to get you entered into that drawing for the pit passes. Both these drawings we'll do at the end of the show. You probably should be listening to find out if you win at the end of the show, though. So if you're not going to be listening at the end of the show, please don't enter. Also, now here's the stipulation on this. John does not want these pit passes to go to a driver or crew members or spouse of drivers.
Or owner.
Yeah, people that are in the pits already. He's kind of wants these pit passes to go to somebody who doesn't normally get to go into the pits.
And somebody that might get to see the other side of racing if they're normally over on the grandstand side.
Exactly. So, and it can be used, you don't have to use it this weekend. You can use it anytime during this season at Oakshade Raceway. So that's hashtag 15Y. And so if you're a racer or a crew member, tell your friends to enter because you can't win. So if we recognize your name as one of those, then you're going to be disqualified.
Yeah.
So that's going to be kind of tough for us. Yeah. And Mr. John Young there. Again, this is courtesy of John Young. He's paying for those tickets for you. So he has final say. So maybe we'll draw maybe 2 or 3. So we'll have like alternates just in case they turn out to be crew members.
Fraudulent?
Yes, fraudulent. Yes. Yeah, we'll have we'll do some alternates there, or maybe the person that wins can't go or something. But we'll send those John's way, and he'll take care of that. So there you go. I see people entering already. Got to mention our buddy over there at Magic Moment Entertainment. He just had some open heart surgery.
Ooh.
He just got home the other day, so I guess
So
everything went.
he's
I guess everything went well if he's home.
He's probably not going to be DJing this weekend.
Probably not. I think he's taking it easy a little bit here, but yeah, Ron Burt. So we're happy to hear about that. But if you're looking for wedding DJ entertainment, I'm sure he'll be back by next weekend. He'll be ready.
You
ready
think?
enough. Yeah, but you're probably booking your DJ entertainment of hopefully
Yeah.
months, years, maybe. I don't know how far out these go anymore. But anyways, looking for wedding DJ entertainment or just a DJ for some party or something, check out national award-winning Magic Moment Entertainment. He's been in business for over 30 years. He's got no confusing packages, only one price, covers everything.
Ron says, I'm okay and know who I am again.
Yep, he'll be back next Friday. So there you
Yeah.
go. He works with contracts, carries liability insurance, no charge for mileage or dance floor lights. He brings them with him wherever he goes. Magic Moment Entertainment serves all of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky. You can call Ron today for information at 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook. And, of course, if you mention the Hammer Down Racing Report, you will save $100 off of Ron's wedding reception price.
We never did find out if he would be interested in a summer gig, which is our winter, in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he kind of specifies what area he covers, but, you know.
I don't know. Maybe if things slow down around here,
Yeah.
he might be open to that. He
Speaking
says
of
yes.
He says yes. With exclamation points.
So there you go. For Australian listeners, contact Magic Moment Entertainment. Again, his number 419-594-2261. If that's too expensive a call or you don't have international calling from Australia, find him on Facebook and you can hit him up on there. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs. From action shots to victory lane, custom print magnets, canned koozies, tumblers, other gift items. He's got the same photo prices still at his booth wherever you go. I guess it was at Toledo Speedway for the Rally
He
Field
was.
thing
I
last
saw
weekend.
some of his pictures.
Same prices for the 14th year. He doesn't raise his price. He does it for fun. He's doing the kids photo giveaway. I'm not sure if he's got any nights left available, but every night he gets a sponsor at Oakshade Raceway. $50 for that, and the first 50 kids through the gate get a free photo, courtesy of Freeze Frame Photos and that night's sponsor.
And we know for a fact that the announcer will mention your name
Most
or
likely.
business.
Most likely. If he's informed who it is. Sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But give Charlie a call. He's got a new number, 419-407-6994. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time. I suppose I should probably pop that on there so the numbers start going at the bottom of the screen in case you miss anything. And Ron Miller Race Cars, we're at Lambertville, Michigan. He's been busy this week, I guess, fixing his own truck, but
Yeah.
he could probably squeeze some other people in.
Long week.
734-856-7223, race cars, parts, safety equipment, service, trailer, fabricating, whatever a racer needs. And we'll talk more about it when we get to the Fremont results. We'll find out how your first race of the season went in case some folks missed that.
My first race in my own truck.
Yeah. First time you've been racing in a while.
It is.
When was the last time? Well, you were hangover race.
Hangover race, yeah.
On dirt. When was the last time you raced on dirt?
Ooh.
Yeah.
A couple of years.
Okay. Wow, I didn't realize it was that long. I also got to mention other sponsors here: Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, Dippin' Motorsports, Oakshade Raceway, and, of course, Victory Fuel, the official drink of the Hammer Down Racing Report. Lucky Lemon again this week.
Yeah.
I do have the other flavor. Was it Throttle Punch? Yeah.
Yep.
If you want that instead next.
No, I
You like the lemon?
I'm good with the. I'm good with Lucky Lemon.
Okay. All right.
You know,
Sometimes
at
I'd
my
like to mix
age,
it up.
anytime you can get lucky, it's a good night.
Let's do our racing roundup here before
Sorry,
we
Scott.
get Chrissy on the phone. That was, I don't know. That's, no.
Racing Roundup.
All right. Attica Raceway Park last weekend. Rain.
Yeah.
No racing there. Fremont Speedway, though, they did get the show in there Saturday. Cale Thomas picking up the AFCS 410 feature win. Jamie Miller sweeping the AFCS 305 and dirt truck feature wins.
Jamie was on fire.
Yeah.
He ran well.
And you made your debut in a dirt truck.
I did.
How'd that go?
It was a rough night, Scott. I made probably a quarter of a lap in the heat race. The car that
Truck.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You got used to that.
The racer that took me out happened to be a red number 95.
Oh, wait. That's not the one that hit you, though.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah, that's the one that hit me initially.
But not the one that did all the damage.
No. Nope. My son Steve got bumped a little bit, crossed up, came down across my nose, stuck me in the infield up against one of those dreaded tractor tires, and someone found my left front corner and did
rearrange things under the hood.
I'm telling you.
So you were done for the night then?
Yeah, it's a good thing that there was some wiring and hoses, because that's about all that was holding the engine in. It broke the motor plate, it broke the motor mounts, upper control arm shock, spindle. Yeah.
Well,
just another Saturday night.
Other than that, how did it feel?
I was encouraged.
Here, we'll get... Hey, Chrissy, hang on a second.
Okay.
All right. Continue.
Yeah, so anyway, I was encouraged. Plus, I got to watch some of my other trucks that I've built, and it's going to be a fun summer.
All right, looking forward. You're going to be back this weekend?
Yes, I will.
They race? All right, Fremont Speedway then on Saturday night. Toledo Speedway, the Raleigh Beal Classic, the USAC Silver Crowns in action. Cody Swanson picking up another win there. I forget how many it was, but he's won like the most of those. So congratulations to him. Kyle Worley won the late model Sportsman, and Matt Bunting in the factory stocks. Lorraine Raceway Park. I did hear back from Lorraine Raceway Park. We were supposed to have on the show last week. Apparently some issue. They have too many people have access to their Facebook messaging.
Oh.
So the gentleman I was speaking with, yes, he didn't see the new messages because somebody else saw it first, and then it doesn't show up as a new message. So, so we're going to probably have him on in a few weeks.
Cool. And we can talk about all the neat things going on at Lorraine Raceway.
Exactly. But they opened up their season this past weekend. Saturday, Jacob Ray winning in the Pure Stock, Spencer Steinman in the Modifieds, Melvin Martin winning in the Chargers, Jeremy Wiggins winning the King of Ohio Street Stocks, and Jesse Houghton Jr. Winning the Ace Racing League feature.
Wiggins, that's a fairly prominent name,
isn't it though?
In stock car racing in that area.
Yeah. The Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series in action Friday. Southern Oklahoma Speedway, Brad Sweet picking up the win there. The Salina High Banks. I always forget which it is, but anyway, that was a wicked fast track there.
It was.
Brad Sweet also winning there. Did you see he got into the Aussie guy? I can't remember his name now.
Okay.
That's going to bug me. Dave, somebody will.
Dave will tell us.
Yeah.
Real
Anyways,
soon.
they made contact going into 3 and 4, and basically he went flying off of the banking, literally flew quite a ways, and it was a pretty spectacular incident there. Luckily, he was okay, though. Riverside International Speedway on Tuesday.
James
McFadden. Thank you, Doug. That's right. They were back in action. Corey Day picking up the win there. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Friday at Paducah International Raceway. Sheldon Hodenshield, your winner. And then Saturday at Tri-State Speedway, Brady Bacon picking up the win. World of Outlaw Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series Friday night at the Alabama Short Track. Dylan Knowles and Max McLaughlin each picking up a win in the 25-lap preliminary features. Saturday's feature was postponed due to rain. They're going to make that up at the end of the year now on September 15th.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. Bunbury Speedway down in Australia. Things wrapping up down there with their race season. Saturday it was Jason Irwin picking up the win in the Super Sixes, Scott Hunter in the Street Stocks, Ricky Nucini in production sedans, and Tim King in the limited sprint cars. Murray Bridge Speedway on Saturday also in action. Tim Reedy picking up the win in the AMPCAs. Sam Martin in the wingless sprints, Darren Brumfield in the street stocks, and Dylan Richter in mod lights. Oh, and Nick Hall in the V6 sprints. High Tech Oils Speedway on Wednesday. Brent Vosbergen picking up the win late models. Luke Williams in the compacts, Tyler Strelo in lightning sprints, Corey Jennings in the production sedans, and Darren Ciasioka in the street stocks.
Did you see that our good friend Veronica McCann made it across the country?
Yeah, which track was that had the donuts? That's the one she's at. She's at the donut track.
Yeah. Yep.
ARCA Menard Series action on Saturday. 18-year-old Jake Finch, I guess, led flag to flag at Talladega. I didn't see that race, but it sounds like it must have been an exciting race. He picked up the win there, so congratulations to him. That was his first ARCA win. NTT IndyCar Series action on Sunday. Scott Dixon picked up his 57th career win at the streets of Long Beach. Xfinity action on Saturday for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I should say, at Talladega. Jesse Love picking up his first NASCAR win of his career. And then...
and we knew that was coming.
He's after how dominant he was in ARCA.
Absolutely. And he's run Talladega before, so... Yeah.
Cup Series action Sunday at Talladega. Tyler Reddick surviving a wild finish.
That was a crazy one.
Pick up that win. I was kind of pulling for McDowell a little bit, but I don't know. That move he made there at the end, the first move was okay. The second move was...
The block move?
Yeah, the second block move. That was like...
Where he dove to the bottom,
Yeah, I don't. Even if Keselowski wasn't there, I think he would have lost it just for how abruptly he came down.
I was really kind of rooting for Brad Keselowski.
Because it's been a while?
Yeah, it has. And he's a good racer, and he's local.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Rochester Hills.
That's it.
I used to live up there. So that's it for our racing roundup for this week. Let's bring in our guest now, Chrissy. How are you there still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Woohoo! She stayed with us. Chrissy from Oakshade Raceway. First, before we start talking about the season, how are things looking for this weekend's opener?
Oh, we're going ahead as planned, and we'll see what happens.
How's the track?
So, it's wet.
It's wet.
It's got some spots. Yeah. That rain we had the other day, I think it was 3/4 of an inch, so that didn't help none. But it'll get dried out, and then it rains again. So,
well, let's hope it doesn't rain on. Hope it doesn't rain too much on Saturday. When what time do you guys think you make a call if it does rain on Saturday morning?
I'm going to tell you what I normally tell. It depends what time it rains. I mean, you won't know, I mean, it all depends on when it rains and when we know there's too much and can't do anything and go from there. But we try to let you guys know as soon as we can, because we understand other places, go other places or make other plans or
yes,
whatnot.
And I appreciate it when you let people know early too, because I end up getting a bunch of calls. Is Oakshade racing tonight? How are things looking at Oakshade? Like, I'm in Sylvania. I don't know.
Right? Oh yeah.
So talk about the highlights of this season, Chris.
Yeah, what do we have to look forward to this year at Oakshade?
Well, this will be year 49. So we've got our usual on tap. We've got our Barney Oldfield that's coming up. That's a new, Ironman ALMS race, 5,000 win. Our birthday race in July 13th. We've got our Super Stock Spectacular. Working on something for the sportsmen. We did just have DCR Graphics came on board, and so the sportsman division now is the DCR Graphics Sportsman. So that's kind of exciting. Better vintage cars, and just doing what we do.
We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but I understand that you've got a significant sponsor for the Super Stock Points Champion.
That's right.
Yeah, yes. The Super Stocks Points Champion will pay $1,000 to win. The Dairy Depot and Cafe in Morenci, Michigan, was gracious enough to come on board and sponsor that. So that's kind of exciting. And our late model champion will pay $5,000 to win the points. So that's something. We paid $5,000 to win. Oh, yeah, it's been quite a while now. So at least $5,000, I guess. But yeah, we are doing that this year. Gotta thank Harold Holland for sponsoring that, and so yeah, that's exciting.
One of our listeners wants to know if the 4-cylinder cars, the compacts, are getting anything as far as a special night or anything for points.
I haven't went over anything on the points part. You know, they I don't know. I think the last couple of years, I don't know. It's like 125 or 150 to win the points. I mean, for them, but I don't have anything special or lined up right now. If someone would like to sponsor something, get a hold of me. Go from there. But I do think we've got a night that we're going to do something for the compact. So
that'd be
we're
cool.
working on that.
That'd be cool. I know a few years ago, it's been a few years. We used to have the Sportsman twin 25s, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool to see something special for Sportsman guys again.
Yeah. So we talked with Drew around, the twin 25s, Drew around and Australian Pursuit. Just something someone had mentioned yesterday, they'd like to run 50 laps in the Sportsman. I said, I don't think that's happening.
But twin 25s,
that's 50
could
laps.
Work, yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's 25 laps, 2 races, or 3.
Take a nap and then
take a
go
nap.
run 25 more.
Then another 25. So, I mean, I told him, I said, maybe a 40-lap feature. Maybe we'll work on something. So,
I don't think I'd want a 40-lap feature.
Why not?
That's a lot of laps.
Yeah. Well,
I'm used to 15. Okay. I don't need 40. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Has there been any consideration of a showdown series later in the year?
I have not heard anything, so I don't know. I mean, it's something. I haven't been approached about it, so.
Corey McCoy, get a hold of Christy Henricks so we get the showdown. Say, I need to race against Ron at Oakshade.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that we enjoyed that last year, and it turned out wonderful. So
just because you haven't talked about it, that still could happen. The schedule's not set in stone for this year.
Well, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not set in stone. We're racing Saturday night from this weekend through September. That's set in stone, Scott. Okay. Saturday night.
Mother Nature providing that Mother Nature cooperates.
Well, of course. Now, but I'm willing to add on.
There's something I'm sure a lot of our listeners and I've been wanting to talk about. There hasn't been much talk about it, but there is some new dirt on the surface of the track. Tell us about what's gone on in the track surface. What's going to be what's the racers can expect for things being a little different this year.
It's got some new dirt. We hauled in quite a few loads this fall, so it's been on all winter, and it's got a little different configuration, but I'm not the right person to ask on that. I mean, I can tell you something, but I might be completely wrong and be like, no, that's not what it is. But no, they've worked hard to take care of get rid of that problem in turn 1, hopefully. So
the character,
get rid of the character.
The character, yeah, we all, we know it's been there no matter what. He'd work on it each week and it'd come back. So, they really worked on that this fall. So hopefully that's fun.
We just get used to calling that character, and now the NASCAR guys are saying the tracks are sketchy. Yes.
Sketchy.
That's the new term for this.
Maybe that's the new buzzword. I don't know.
I think I like the word character better than sketchy.
Yeah. So, what about any new concessions this year, either pit side or grandstand side?
Well, we are going to, nothing new, but we are going to have Victory Fuel.
Yeah, there you go.
In our concessions and in Victory Lane this year. So, great to be able to get on board and work with them on that. Actually, I'm a Mountain Dew drinker, but I really like this.
You got the lemon or the Victory or the
Victory Fuel?
No, the throttle punch.
Throttle punch, yeah.
Yeah.
Got both of them. Both of them.
Which do you prefer?
Yeah. Probably the lemon.
Say lemon. Say lemon.
Lemon.
So in Victory Lane, is that going to be all just on the front stretch stuff, or is it going to be for every thing?
Victory Lawn.
So people can get out of the car and spray it all over the people that are there when they win a race?
You don't want to waste it.
Right.
This stuff's too
It'll
good
be
to
in Victory
waste.
Lane.
Okay. It'll be in Victory Lane. What you do with it is up to you.
Well, yeah, I prefer get your quick steak with it and then do whatever you want.
Okay.
Prefer you drink it, but yeah. So
all right, another change this year that I just was made aware of recently is the new start time is now going to be 7:30 for pretty much every show unless otherwise noted. What was the thought process in pushing back the start time from 7 to 7:30?
And I know there was a couple of people on the internet that kind of griped a little bit, but at the same time, when we're qualifying, for some reason it's just it takes longer. Mm-hmm. And it seems, I don't know why, but it seems to take longer with the transponders than it did before. I don't know. So, and there was times last year where we didn't start right at 7 because we were just getting done qualifying or, the hot lapping and all that.
Yeah.
So, in order to give it to where he can have a little bit of time after that's done to do a little bit of track work, we're going to start at 7:30.
And that's the one thing, and that's the one thing that you have always prided yourself in is the fact that you start when you say you're going to start.
Yeah.
Correct. And it like I said, it wasn't happening every week.
And the drivers, I know, were pushing for the qualifying, so you guys, kind of gave into that.
Right.
That's the other thing, and to go back, okay, if you guys want to start at 7, we're just going to do a pill draw. So, and I don't think they would. No, they wouldn't all go for that. So,
I think 7:30 is it's a good compromise there. I think that should help things out too and give a little more time for everybody.
It is, and there was a lot of times last year. The late model feature was over with, at 9 o'clock or 9:15. Mm-hmm. So it's not like. Even that half hour, it's not going to push it. We don't do the 1, 2 in the morning.
Yes.
Well, there is that one or
normal.
Two. There's 1 or 2 nights that, everything that can go wrong does.
Yeah, it goes wrong, or you might get a little shower here, and it takes a little longer to get it ready.
So are the other times gates open at 4 and hot laps qualifying at 6? That those times still the same then?
Yes, yeah. We'll do the 4 and the 6 draw into 5:45 and all of that. So
now we mentioned some of the bigger shows, the American Late Model Ironman Series coming back. That's a 5,000 to win show for the Barney Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is our Barney Oldfield. And, that's a little different for us because normally that race is about the 2nd or 3rd week in June.
Yeah.
So
that That create any logistical issues for you moving it up earlier?
Am I having any issues with it?
Yeah.
Logistical issues. Like maybe trophies or something?
Who told you?
You did.
Oh, I couldn't remember. Yes. No, I'm still working on that.
All right.
Still working on that.
I have faith. I have faith in you.
That that trophy, I like that trophy. I think that trophy is a special trophy. It's
cup.
been,
I like
how
it.
many years? Yeah, how many years have we had that, Scott?
Well, Ron
You have
won
that
it.
right offhand?
He won it in the 90s. So
I won in 93, and I think it was the fourth one.
So yeah, it's been.
Yeah, I think
quite a
the
few years.
first year was 1990. I think Rick DeLong won in 90.
So about 34 years.
I
then.
think.
Maybe 80,
Yeah, so I mean,
maybe 89, but yeah.
could be. It's close in there. So I mean, it's been quite a while. So
Night
that's
of
like
Wheel.
a staple.
Night of Wheels coming up on June 22nd. That'll be the night
Yeah,
where
thank you.
a lot of kids can win free bikes. And I'm assuming you'll be taking donated bikes up until that night.
Absolutely. We can take them before and we can store them, and that's no problem. Yeah, if you want to donate a bike, if you don't want to donate a bike and you want to give like $50 towards buying them, we'll do that too. So,
Okay, and those should be new bikes, not giving away used bikes.
correct,
So.
correct. New wheels.
New wheels, yes. Birthday race.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say birthday race, 10,000 to win. That, as you mentioned, July 13th. That's going to be Summer Nationals again, and the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds and Super Stocks, Dominator Super Stocks that night. The Oakshade Attica Late Model Series is back. What's do you know what the point fund is, or what the payout is for a championship?
You know what? I don't. I'm trying to. I was gonna look at my phone, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know it paid at least 1,000 to win. I thought it was 12, but it could have just been about 1,000.
And that's only, is it 8 races this year? Or yeah, is it?
Yeah, it should be 4 and 4.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What about prices this year? I saw only one change. Pit passes are the same, inexpensive price, $25. But a little bit of a change on the gate, but still probably the cheapest around, right?
I think it's comparable and all that. Yeah, it's $15 general admission, ages 12 and up. The 6 to 11 is still $5, and yeah, the pit passes are $25.
It makes making change easier then, instead of having to
Oh
get the dollar back.
it will. Yeah.
Any other new surprises that fans and or racers can expect this year at the facility or in procedures?
Nothing I know of, right? Nothing too exciting, extravagant. We're just ready
Business as usual.
to do this. To do what we do and do it another year, and thankful for everyone and that we're able to do this and go from there.
No, I'm probably going to get in trouble for this because I have to deal with her up in the tower. But your folks they're getting up there in years. I mean,
Careful now.
Is there going to be handing of the reins off to some of the kids there for the future of Oakshade Raceway? What's the future of Oakshade Raceway look like?
Well, I would say the future. There's you've got me, you've got my sisters, and their kids, and
they're already a big part of things right now.
They are. It takes a lot, and people think, oh, you just show up on Saturday or show up on Friday night, do some stuff. No, it's 7 days a week. It's we've all got our thing that we do, so we help out and all that. As far as, passing the reins or whatnot, mom and dad are still very much capable and still very much with us. And
Yep. I'm already getting it from your mom. She already said, what the hell? I'm already getting it from your mom. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to hear more of it on Saturday. I'm hoping now we rain out so that maybe she forgets about it by the following week.
She probably will, because she's got so much, on her mind. But
that's true.
But no. So it takes a family. It takes all of us. I mean, we get all kinds of help. So.
Two last questions here before we have to move on. I know last year we were kind of talking when we had Pam on, we were trying to talk her in, or maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't even remember now. The choose cone. Trying to. Yeah. She says she's not going to forget. Any talk about the choose cone for the double file restarts?
What the hell? Explain it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we'll explain it later, because I think we had to explain it to Pam.
What the heck?
The choose cone, instead of having in the late model feature, we do the Delaware double file restart. So the second place driver gets to decide inside or outside, and then everybody else kind of lines up accordingly.
Fourth place is automatically inside third row.
Anyway,
I gotcha.
So with the choose cone, you put that out, and I don't know how that. I guess
you'd have to put it on a rope.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the Delaware double file restart, but I guess it could work. Where basically the drivers get to choose. They're single file,
whether they want to start inside or outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. I don't know if you've talked to any drivers have given any feedback about that.
Nope, not a single one.
All right. Well, I hope I didn't start anything then. And then the other question.
No, that's fine.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, because we've been talking about this a lot recently, is virtual flagmen. Has this been talked about at all at Oakshade, or are we?
We said one thing about it, and I'm like, a what? And Mom, said it again. I'm like, I just don't think we're there yet. I really don't.
Even if you were there, would you still prefer to have a real flagman, because of it's kind of part of the showmanship of things?
You're right. Yeah. No, I would prefer the flagman.
Okay, and
I would prefer.
I'm sure our flagman.
The only way is if you had like a virtual, like where you like deemed them, like your VR glasses, where you had like a prism. Where it would look like someone up there flagging. Does that make sense when I say that?
Yeah.
It would have to be like that before I'd say, okay.
I was very much against the virtual flagman until I saw it in operation at the Motorplex in Australia.
And it's a big investment, it looks like.
And I thought, that part of it is really cool. And the part that I liked is that there are cameras around the racetrack, and the folks in the tower can look at those instead of making
it's like instant replay on every caution.
Instead of making a spur of the moment decision, they could back it up and say, "Oh, that's what happened." So I like that aspect of the virtual flagman, but I still.
So on that virtual flagman, is there like I described? Is there someone like that in the tower or in the flagman flag stand?
The tower has control over the lights, and there is
there's
a video display screen where the flagman would be.
Oh, and that like points back to the crowd.
I think there's one that faces the oncoming cars, and then another side of it faces the crowd.
Right.
But I don't know.
Okay.
After I saw it in operation, I was a little less skeptical.
Yeah.
Ron's open to new things.
Oh, stop.
Just me.
All right, this
See
weekend.
what the future holds.
That's right. This weekend, the near future season opener, Oakshade Raceway. Is this the Bill Reckner Memorial, or is this just an opener?
It is not.
Okay.
It's just the opener. Everyone says, "Oh, this race always gets rained out." With the Reckner.
Yeah.
So I told Mom, I said, "We're not going to run it the first night. Then we're gonna wait a couple weeks and run it then." So,
All right. So keep an eye on the schedule.
Get that on there. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, but so this weekend gates open at 4. Hot laps qualify. Well, there won't be any qualifying because the late models aren't in action. Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so just hot laps at 6, and then racing at 7:30. Sports.
Yep.
I'm sorry. The DCR Graphics Sportsman, the Dominator Super Stocks, and the Compacts. We need a name for the Compacts because they're just
We do.
the Ron Miller
We'll
Racing.
we'll work on that.
Okay.
We'll work on that. Yeah.
All right, Chrissy. Well, we'll hope the weather holds off, and hope to see you out there on Saturday. Get things going for 2024.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Yep, we'll see you, Chrissy.
See you,
All right.
Chris.
Bye. Bye.
There you go. Chrissy Henricks of Oakshade Raceway. Hopefully, we'll be getting the season going this weekend.
Punch that guy in that's in the
guy
green
that's been
room.
sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me.
We got to see if he's lit up a cigarette. yet.
Before we do that,
think he quit,
let's pay a few let's pay a few bills before we get to that. Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. Opening night, we just mentioned Saturday night with the DCR Graphics Sportsman. I'm going to have to get used to that. Dominator Super Stocks and the Compacts in action. Gates open to 4 racing at 7:30 p.m.
Grandstand price is $15. Pits are still $25.
There you go. And you can check out the entire schedule at oakshaderaceway.com. And Corey, please contact the Henricks so that we can get that Showdown Series race scheduled.
We need it.
Yeah. Please. DCR Graphics, also sponsor. They're your vinyl racing graphics provider. They do full wraps, partial wraps, number decals, sponsor decals of just about any kind. Currently running a special still, that special for that video game, the Hammer Down Dirt Track Racing game. $20. He'll design your very own late model, or, as we mentioned just last week for the first time, an open wheel modified for that game. If you have a car, he can model that into the game. If you're just a fan and you want a car, you have an idea, talk to Dale there at DCR. He can design it for you, $20. And you can race that car once the game comes out this fall. And we're going to be giving away some copies of it. When I talked to the developer a couple months ago, we're going to have him on this fall right before it comes out, because he was a big fan of that old rat bag dirt track racing that I had like 20 years ago on my computer. So get a hold of DCR Graphics, 419-308-9523. Check them out at Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And also you can get your official Hammer Down Racing Report sticker for your race car or your regular car. $5. He'll mail it to you. Just get a hold of him, let him know. Or he'll bring it out to the track if you're going to be out at the track sometime. And finally, Dominator Race Products. They have what you need to be in the winner's circle. 30 years of experience to put you out front. Check out their new Ultimate Body Brace Kit. The best body mounting available. In addition to the Ultimate Body Panels, they also have hood scoops, radiator fan shrouds, hood pins, and more. You can order direct from DominatorRaceProducts.com or call 419-923-6970. Dominator Race Products are also available from your local reputable race shops, such as Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yay!
Now we can bring in Mr. Chris Mize. How's it going, sir? Whoops, I need to get rid of that guy. There we go.
Yeah. First off, like guys, all my shows I go on, I want to thank the veterans out there. Without you guys, we couldn't do shows like this. Military serving overseas and homeland. All our first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, tow truck drivers. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you? And you're still smoking. I see the smoke. You were wrong, Ron.
Unfortunately, I just got not to do that no more.
What's the doctor think about that, Chris?
Thought quite a bit yesterday when he made a lot of money off me.
Well, I shared this afternoon, I don't know if you saw it, Chris, a 1959 modified season championship at Sandusky Speedway.
Yeah. Ron was in that, wasn't he?
That's what somebody said. Were you up in the tower for that?
No. I think them guys back in them days would have come up and whipped me sometimes, the way I get a little hostile on the radio. Well, they didn't have radios then, so.
What year did
59 predates me, just not
barely,
much, but
yeah.
a little, yeah.
What year did Sandusky Raceway open? Do you know?
From what I know, Steve Horner's the historian on it. I think it was like in the around 50. Ron, you might know a little more. It was actually a dirt track before it was asphalt.
Chris, I'm thinking 1953, but I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, the Deckers, and I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I believe a year, maybe two, it was a dirt track. And I want to say it was 3/8 mile, but I could be wrong. But then Deckers paved it to a half mile.
And I'm pretty sure it's the same pavement.
Oh,
well, it's actually been paved a couple times. You never know. There's a lot of
cheap shot, Chris. I'm sorry.
Well, there's a lot of drainage issues, and Cal Krebs's been out there the last couple of years, and fortunately, the way I had some things going this year, I wasn't able to help as much. Boom Pro Trucking, Cal owns that. We've done a lot with the drainage, and a lot better drainage than what we used to have. But with the weather, this is the 6th wettest April in history. So we unfortunately had to, move our opening date back.
First race, May 14th, 1950.
There you go.
From the historian.
Your partners shared that with us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug.
And I knew it was dirt 1 or 2 years before they paved it. But
So was back to the opener, which was originally supposed to be on Saturday with the Must See Racing Sprint. Is that call to postpone that to May 11th? Was it because of the rain, even though it was?
Jim Hanks, Must See Racing. We come to a lease agreement on that deal, and he called, and when he called, we had water everywhere. You guys are seeing it, and in the best interest of both parties, agreement on both sides. It was best because he had guys coming and I didn't catch a lot of heat for this. I don't know if Jim did or not. He got racers coming from Arizona. You got the car and them coming out of Florida and different places through the country, not just Michigan, Ohio, Indiana based. He's got guys coming from out, way out. And, we weren't sure. It's a roll of the dice. We weren't sure if we were going to be 75, 80 degrees and dry, or it was going to be 35, 40, the way the weather. We didn't know if we were going to be dry. So in the best interest of all parties, we moved that date, postponed it. We didn't cancel or nothing. Postponed that date to May 11th. And what we did is that was going to be, it's not on the schedule. Ohio Wheelman Modified Series was going on that night too. So now what we're running is the Must See 410s, the Must See Lights, Ohio Wheelman Modified Series, and the All-American Iron Series.
Nice. Doug did some more historical work here for us.
Did he?
First feature was won by Richard Brickley of Willard, Ohio, in a 1932 Ford Coupe. He won $103
for his first feature win.
Was 2,000 race fans there. Mission was more expensive back then than half of your races this year.
Yes, it was.
$1.25.
Jeez, that's steep.
Yeah. Well, getting to that, getting back. So we felt on the opener, like I say, me and Jim Hanks had more conversation than Jim probably wanted to have, but we felt on the opener it was best if we had a dollar night, like just a regular show, we might have rethought this a little more and waited, but we felt it was best for both parties to postpone that to that date. Now, honestly, it was a good fit because, it's still a leased event. And we worked the deal out between Ohio Wheelman Modified Series with Jim Hanks. And now you got 3 open wheels there in the All-American Iron Series, which I think is going to be huge this year for us. It's the Speedway.
And you have, as we were mentioning, the dollar shows entire month of June, other than no racing on June 1st, all $1. There's a whole bunch of dollar shows scheduled throughout the season there. How do you guys make your money?
A lot of hot dogs.
Yeah. If I tell that secret, then there'd be a whole lot of tracks trying to do it. But the thing of it is we took, and I think I was talking about this last year, we took the different business model, and not getting political or nothing, so don't think I'm getting there, Scott. But times aren't as good as some people might say they are. People's money's getting tight, and we found that we'd rather have 400 to 500 people in our grandstands, 600 people or more in our grandstands on a regular show than at $1, than to have 75, 150 at $5, $10. And Ron, you hit it right. Concessions plays a big part of that. I'd rather sell 600 people hot dogs and hamburgers and sell 75 people hot dogs and hamburgers. So, and our back gate does pretty well. So, and the go-kart track that Cale redid this year, that's phenomenal right now, and everything included, we do good.
And you got sponsors also to kind of help offset that too, don't you?
Well, what people don't understand is when I get a sponsor, and you come to Sandusky Speedway and $600-800 sponsor the night, on a regular night, everybody gets in for free that night.
So they're basically paying for everybody's general admission.
Right. And that was the deal we did last year, and we did it 3 times last year, and it worked out pretty good. So that's something that we, we'll go back on. If a guy wants to pay $600-800 for a sponsor or a regular show, then we'll open up the gates. General admission's free, and it worked out for us. Believe me, it wasn't something that, last year at this time, we were a little nervous about this plan. We didn't know how it worked, because anybody in racing knows you put $1 in place, and all of a sudden you got to jump it back up, because it's easier to go from 5 to 1. You're going to get ridiculed, especially on social media, if you go from 1 to 5. You know what I mean? And so it worked out. It was a great business plan. Our normal shows, our bigger shows, are still going to be priced the same, but I'd rather have. My mind thought with Kevin J. Cox and Kevin Jr. is, we charge $1, and we have autograph session and everything. Get the kids down on the track to see, people down to meet drivers, that touch, feel, smell thing. And if we can get people that never been out there much or anything, and all of a sudden you start seeing them coming into like Ohio Wheelman shows or the Outlaw Super shows or stuff like that, you've accomplished your mission. In my opinion, you got to get them. It's a different world.
It's like you're fishing.
World. Yeah,
you got to get them hooked.
Right, and it's a different world in today's racing. I don't care who comes on here and says it ain't. Dirt's different than asphalt. I will say that, but on asphalt, it's a different world. If you don't stay on your game all the time and think of different things, you're going to lose. And you're right. That's all you're doing is you're getting them out there. I mean, Dad, Mom, little Junior, and his 3 buddies come out there for a $5 bill. And some nights we got $1 hot dogs, $1 Pepsi products along with that. And, you get them hooked, and they're going to come back and watch your bigger events too. And so far, knock on wood, that's worked for us last year.
And the dollar shows, I mean, they're not little shows. I mean, you got the pure stocks, the renegades, beginner stocks, and all-American iron. So basically 4 classes for that.
Well, actually 5 beginner stocks too. I mean, we might only have 2 or 3 running, but we got that involved too. And yeah, and I tell you, there's been some good nights of racing on them regular shows for $1. You know what I'm saying? I mean, real good nights where you had to stand up. I actually had to watch, me and the flagman, and who come across the line first. Because transponders can be placed 6-8 inches apart. So you know, on the finish, you can't go on that transponder. You got to go visual. And you know, when you got nights like that, as a promoter, race director, or whatever you want to call me, Kevy's a promoter, but you can't buy that. You can't pay for finishes like that, you know, for race fans to see.
You mentioned the flagman, and we were talking to Christy a little bit ago about the virtual flagman that's kind of been implemented in some tracks. What are your thoughts and opinions on the virtual flagman? What? You're not for it? I can't believe it.
I'm against it. I'm against it 100%. And I tell you why, is because you know, technology is great. Don't get me wrong; it's a great thing, but there's a point in time when you go too far with some things. And me, it might look great and everything, but to me, I've seen the flagman come off the flag stand at autograph sessions, and little kids run up to the flagman and want them to sign stuff and this, that. It's just, to me, I was a flagman at one time, but to me, it'd always be part of the show. You know, to have a virtual flagman up there, what are you going to bring a, you know, video box out and tell the kids, well, here, you know what I'm saying? But it
just prints out like a receipt that says autograph.
I'm not saying I'm against it, you know, for other tracks. I'm against it for any track I'm at.
Gotcha.
You know?
And Sandusky is kind of a unique situation where the flagman's actually on the inside of the track. And judging from that video from 1959, it's at least since 1959 has been on the inside of the track.
It's been on the inside of the track since it's been built.
Okay.
Put it up there. Louis Loreno was a flagman at Sandusky for years, and I don't know if you guys ever, Ron, you probably heard the story because, you know, Louis used to have, remember the monkey? He used to keep up on the flag stand. Yeah, Louis used to have, Deckers flew him all over the country. He was a showman. And you know, I knew Louis before he passed away and talked to him a lot. He worked right here in town, and that's one of the things. And then you had Gary Popke that flagged at Sandusky Speedway for years, Gary and Elaine, and that's one of the things that they were showmen. And you know, I've always felt in my head that you know, a flagman is very important. Now, I'm not against the virtual; it's just I'm against it wherever I'm at. You know,
I think all flagmen should have monkeys.
Oh, it was great. I mean, you know, I seen video of it. I didn't actually, you know, but it's Louis told me stories. I used to be able to sit with Louis and he'd tell me stories for hours, and it's just fascinating to me how times have changed now, where we're at now with things, you know.
So let's talk about the schedule a little bit for this year. You got the High Miler weekend coming up, July 25th through the 27th, and then. What is this Ben Rhodes night on the Ensign Memorial night on August 17th? What's that about? Is he going to be racing?
Yeah, so what we come up with National Compact Touring Series, Great Lakes Promotions, which I'm now a part of. I'm getting out of it, but I'm part of. Last year we had Haley Deegan come in, and she actually, you know, she ran one of the cars. This year we got Ben Rhodes coming in on that night.
One of the Thor Sport drivers, in case somebody's not up on that.
Which is just around the corner.
Right.
There might be a second one coming in.
Oh.
Trying to work that out right now, but
breaking news.
Oh, you got to get Crafton.
Hey, they've got other obligations that they might get out of, but wouldn't that be great if it was Crafton?
That'd be so cool.
But I mean, it's, you know, and then I can't stress, though, getting back to May 11th, and then I'll get on, Scott. The 410 sprints haven't been around for, I don't know, 5 years now. And last time they were there, it was, you know, a great show. I mean, a great show. And I've been, it was going to get some super modified guys get hurt feelings because they always do. But I've been a 410 sprint fan on asphalt for years and years and years. And this is one of the shows that I personally look forward to. You know, you can hear all the rumors about Sandusky and Jim Hanks and everything. Trust me when I say that they're rumors. That there's a great relationship there now. And, you know, this is something we put together, and we feel it's going to be very successful for years to come, not just a one and done. And, you know, and then his lights will be back on the Nightmare and Dusky deal. But High Miler speaks for itself. I mean, that's a show that
It's history.
Yeah.
it's history, and you can't fight history, so to speak. So what I always tell everybody, it's High Miler's a big party with super modified racing. I laugh when I say that, but if you've ever been to High Miler, that's pretty, and it's great racing. Last year we had, I think 20. We had one of the highest super modified counts on the Isman Tour, I think, except for maybe Oswego. But great show, great weekend. We also have 5 races. I don't know right offhand what schedule. The Outlaw Super Sprint Series, they'll be there 5 times this year. The 350 Supers, which we kind of, the big blacks. One weekend and done. MSS and ISMA kind of combined, and they're at Lorraine, they're at Sandusky, and I believe that's the only time they're in Ohio this year. And I understand because the purses are phenomenal to pay, and we put our eggs a little bit in the 350 deal with Larry Gibson and that, and Kevin booked them 5 times, and then we also got quite a few eggs and been a supporter of Ohio Wheelman Series. They're their street stock deal. I believe they're 3 times this year, maybe 4. And maybe they're 4 times in Ohio Wheelman Modified Series there for 3 times. So it's staple there. I also race direct Ohio Wheelman Street Stock Series, and telling you this year, I look for every race that we go to, whether it's Jennerstown, Berlin, Sandusky, 28 to 35 cars. Some of these Josh Neff, Bill Wiggins memorials, I look for on the high 30s, 5,000 win shows. So, we're doing the dollar nights for over half our shows.
Yeah.
If I guess 60% of our shows. But we're mixing in some good racing business wise that makes sense to us. You know what I'm saying? The shows that we know, well, you never know going into shows, any track owner and that, you never know what's going to happen. But we know that we got very good chance of doing okay on and not losing our ass, But everything we do this year and moving forward is stuff that's going to make sense. The show I actually look most forward to is the one that you guys helped me. It's October, I believe it's 19th.
October 19th.
Yes.
And that, finishes up our cavalcade, but October 19th, the Nightmare Clash is Fremont Trucks versus the Oakshade, we call them Bombers or
Super stocks.
Super stocks.
okay, the Oakshade Super Stocks versus the Street Stocks, asphalt street stocks. And, that in itself is going to be a hell of a deal. And then we brought in the CRS Truck Series, the Midwest Dirt Compact Series. Then, me and Jim Hanks cut a deal. We're also going to have the Must-See Racing Light Series there that day too.
So what's the truck stocks going to pay? Is that a 5,000 win show?
No.
I just thought I'd throw it out there.
First, yeah. Hey, you write me a check, I'll make it. Anybody wants? I tell that to people. Why don't you do this? Write me a check. Or, hey, you need to run late models more. You write me a check. I'll run them every week. But it's got to. That show we booked it, and I feel we'll listen. It's something we were talking about a few years back. We didn't do it with the late model deal. We're committed to this October 19th deal, and what I think, what I'm hoping for is a crossover. You're going to see a lot of dirt fans maybe come because you guys are running. You're going to see asphalt fans seeing some dirt cars other than the Hangover. The CRS trucks are going to be there. Must-See Racing Lights are going to be there, so the fans will see some sprint cars. It's just in the Midwest.
It's going to be a fun show, Chris.
And I'll get the race head to head with you on that too.
Ooh, baby.
Yep.
Get that truck back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
I got Drew Jack. He owns Great Lakes Promotion, National Compacts, and Midwest Dirt. And I got Drew Jack talked into running that with his Midwest Dirt series, and it had all come together in 2 days.
Yeah, it was like, what was that, between Christmas and New Year's or something like that?
Hey, what do you think of this? Yeah, let's do it.
Couple phone conversations at night, and 2 days later we were announcing it.
The only thing that had to be changed was the original date, because that was Trick or Treat night in Sandusky, so you moved it back a week to the.
And for our
the
listeners,
19th.
just an FYI, there was no alcohol involved.
No, there wasn't. It was, and the only phone call I had to make was the owner of the track, just to make sure it was okay. One of these harebrained ideas, but I think it's going to work. And, when I started talking to him about it, he actually got kind of excited, which I was shocked. I'm like, well, I better get a commitment out of him now.
Well, I think a lot of those guys, because the timing of the year, I mean, there's not much else going on. Most of the dirt tracks are done for the year, and those guys be looking for a place to go. I think Waynesfield may have a race like later in October, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
We got a lot of good things going, and I tell you what one of the greatest things is we redid the configuration of the go-kart track, and I did. Kale was out there doing it all, and Kale Krebs, once again, Boom Pro Trucking. That's what the series is going to be named after. He got done one day and he graded it all out, and I come pulling up, and I'm like, oh my God, what'd you do? The banking and everything's just, and it's a lot of talk in the go-kart world, and I think our go-kart track, I was kind of joking with Kevin, that's shit, we ought to run a big track. Sorry for swearing, Scott. We ought to run a big track.
My ears are bleeding.
Yeah, whatever.
10 times a year and run a go-kart track every Sunday, but we're expecting 100, 110 carts anywhere from 70 to 110 carts on Sunday. And
Wow.
Is that open for spectators on Sundays then?
Yeah, you can sit in the grandstands for free. You're not going to see a whole lot, but to go in the infield, once you go by that gate, it's $10 no matter what. That's what everybody pays for the go-karts, I believe. I'm almost positive. And then the class that get paid, I believe they get an entry fee. I don't, once the track's prepped, I actually go home, and then I'll come back later with Debbie and watch the kids. That's what it's all about, because I'm telling you, I said it on this show, if you don't get the kids hooked at that age, and you're done. And what I'm seeing when I go back out there, when I see them when they're all pulling in and I'm getting ready to leave, it's a lot of the guys that raced years ago when I started in this, and coming up through Mansfield and everything, a lot of these guys that were what I call big time racers and very successful have now stepped back from their cars, sold them off, or they're sitting in the garage, and now they got kids and they're into these go-karts, teaching these kids coming up through. And I honestly, I think it's one of the greatest things is a person that I've been around as long as I have to sit and watch the second, third generation, third generation on some of them coming up through. And it's just, it's kind of cool.
Now, anything other than the go-kart upgrades, go-kart track upgrades, I should say, anything new at the track, to the facilities or otherwise, than that?
It's in a process.
In the process. Okay.
If I sit here, listen, here's where I hate social media. I mean, social media is a necessity. Don't get me wrong. And I take criticism very well now. He's on it. Everybody's got their First Amendment right. I can't preach on a Sunday night show about our amendments being taken away, and then you got something displeasure you want to say, and then take that away, because I'd be a hypocrite. So I don't. But Facebook's great for the sport. I'm getting stuff out there like this show and different shows and that. But the problem is, if you say, well, we're going to try to do this, say we're going to try to do this and have this done, we're going to try to do that, we're going to try to do all this, and then it doesn't get done, well, you got your trolls that are going to be on Facebook, and just bashing the living heck out of you. You know what I mean? And that's fine. But sometimes it's better off to not announce exactly what you're doing and in the process of doing, because it might not be done when they think it should be done. And help, as you guys know, is hard to find. And you get it done throughout the season or before high miler or something, and it's done, but it might take longer than expected.
Gotcha. Yeah. What about? I noticed one thing missing from the schedule was hot dog races. Are there going to be those this year?
That was brought up, and yeah, it's one of them deals where I'll probably announce it the week of, or something like that. I mean, I know the All-American Iron guys are into it, the Renegade guys are into it, and we'll probably have 3-4 of them throughout the season, on a regular night. It's a fan favorite. I mean, you don't want to run, them all the time, because the old circus comes to town once kind of deal.
Yeah, you don't want it to lose its appeal.
Right. And then
get more out of it.
The bump and run races, we'll have a couple of them this year. I don't know if you ever heard how we do that.
I haven't seen one of those, no.
You get 8 cars out there, 10 cars out there. First 2 start finish line from a dead stop. The other 8 are in the infield spread out. They do 1 lap. Whoever wins, comes around, comes into the infield. The guy that lost goes into pits, but the guy that wins comes in. Yeah, and he chooses which car he wants. He's got to come up behind him and bump him. Then the winner gets choice inside or outside, and they go around, take the green, do them. And that's pretty fan popular, believe it or not. But that's another one you do 2-3 times a year,
I think Corey did that at Fremont for the Showdown Series last year.
On the rained out, on the Tuesday, was it?
I don't even remember anymore. But that's definitely cool. Any other special events that may pop up during the season? Or special races?
Not at this time.
You don't want to give away everything, huh?
Well, it's listen. Anybody that knows me, and Kevin especially, Kevin Senior, I'm. You can have all the itineraries you want on a race night, and you might as well go up in town and throw them out the window, because you can plan on we'll be done by 9 o'clock and it's 11 o'clock, because anything can happen. Then you figure 11 o'clock and it's like 8:30, and you're man, I got to kill some time. You know what I mean? And so I've been done with heat races before at 7:30 when we started at 7. No, we're going to be done at 7:30, and call Kevin. Hey, yeah. We're going to do this. Okay. And it works, and it works. And, tell the announcer, hey, we're going to, throw this in, or we're going to, kids rides or stuff like that. And so, for me to sit here and say that on certain nights, we might do this on our regular shows, you might see anything come out of that tower, to involve the fans. And that's a big thing. You got to have fan involvement for them to come back. If you just run regular racing and done, on them dollar nights, and you don't get some kind of fan and kid involvement, they might not come back even for $1.
So you never know what might pop up in addition to what's already scheduled any given night.
We haven't talked about the cavalcade. What's on tap for that?
Well, we're putting that all together with divisions. We're still in some discussions with a couple, places. The Renegades, Pure Stocks, Wow, Wheelman, both series will be there. I believe National Compact Tour will be there on Saturday night. I believe the Outlaw Super Series will be there one day only. It's cavalcades. Don't get me wrong. We've tried them 10 divisions, and it wears you out. We're going to try to stick to anywhere from 7 to 9 divisions. You might see that, but one division might race his whole program on Saturday and be out.
Sure.
And then Sunday there might be a whole different program for another division and be out. And the reason is I learned this a long time ago with cavalcade when I was at Mansfield. if you got a couple features on Saturday night instead of just all heat races, you got a couple features going on that, more people will come, and it's oh yeah, the introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I tell you, that's pretty impressive too. And we do that for the Renegade Rumble, Friday before 4th of July. Renegade Rumbles on a Friday night. We do the same kind of introductions. We try to do it for the Pier Stocks for, the showdown in Sandusky for them. We try to do it with a lot of the groups, the introduction. And I tell you, High Miler, what he's talking about, if you've ever been to High Miler on Saturday night, all the guys, all the drivers that made the show come out of the tunnel on the far end, and the people are just lined up at the fence, and they're high-fiving, and you two are both drivers, and the other thing you got to have with drivers, and this is another reason why I want 500-600 people instead of all drivers have egos. I don't care what they say.
What?
Yeah, and you got to feed it. And as the promoter, track owner, whatever, you have to feed that ego a little. No matter how much you want to or don't want to, you have to feed the ego to get them to come back. And the driver's not. You guys know this. If he's racing and there's only 70 people in the stands week after week, and a track 50 miles away or whatever has got 1,000 people, 800, he's going to end up going to that track because sponsors on his car, he can say, I'm racing in front of 1,000 or 800 people instead of, well, there's only 75, so it's a lot different game that you got to play. And honestly, I'm not getting out of racing after this season. I won't say I'm done, but I'm stepping back at Sandusky Speedway. I'll always be there till, my shit, they'll be wheeling me around there in a hearse for the last lap probably. But I'm stepping back my role, but I'll always be there for guidance with Kevy and them that are, going to be taking over. This is my last year with the Ohio Wheelman Series, but I'll always be there for Will. I am going to stay on with Great Lakes Promotion and National Compact Series, have a little bit more role with them for 25, but I won't be completely out of it, but I'm stepping back quite a bit. So I want this year to be more successful than,
So this may be the last year that we hear you yelling on the receiver?
Yeah.
At the track, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
sad.
Hangover. I'm turning the reins over to that tower to somebody.
Uh-oh.
Now that don't mean I won't be sitting up there or I'll be at the track for it. I'll probably be riding around with Kevin or something like that, but I won't be there. I want that deal. All good things come to an end. And I'm not saying it's an end, but I want that freedom where I can roll in at 5, 6 o'clock at night, or I got something going on with grandkids that I can come at 7, and or if it's getting cold and I'm getting cold, I can leave at 9 and say see you later. You know what I'm saying? But
Past my bedtime. I need to go to bed.
and health issues are playing a little bit of role in that, and it's time I readjust some priorities and go that route. It's not saying that I don't like sport no more. I'll never. It's an addiction, as you guys all know.
Well, and you do an awful lot for the sport, so
I try. But I'll always be there. But I kind of want this season, with Iowa Wheelman, with National Compact Tour, Great Lakes Promotion, and especially Sandusky Speedway. It's my home. I want to be very successful in all three.
So are you staying with those series after this year, or you cutting back on that too?
I'll be an advisor for Will if he needs it. I won't be traveling. Driving out to Berlin and back, Jennerstown and back and stuff. I jumped on to help him out and said I'd do this year, but that's trying. I'll be advisor. I've already been an advisor with Drew Jack for the last I don't know how many years. We talk daily, and I've took a director role for Great Lakes Promotions, and when he does lease events, and Pam would like to lease Oakshade for one of them events, the Midwest Dirt Series, if you're still watching. But you know, but I I'll always be in it somehow, and I said when I die, I either want to go out on an excavator or on a racetrack. So,
Okay.
And I could eliminate excavators.
There you go.
so
So let's talk about the opener here. So we can we got to get going here. The opener is now going to be May 4th.
Yes.
The Dick Ensign season opener, $1 general admission, pure stocks, renegades, beginner stocks, and the All American Iron. What are you got gate times and race times yet? Figured
big
out?
gates open at 3, hot laps at 4, general admission at 4. Qualifying is going to be around 5:30 with racing at 7. Unfortunately, I won't be there. I'll be in Jennerstown.
Is that
There's a lot of people on the right going that races and does. Thank God.
is that those times they're going to be the normal times then for throughout the season?
Our regular shows and all our shows except for Jim Hanks will be releasing the times. It might already been released. I can't remember. The times for May 11th will be different. So, we'll get them if they're not out. I don't know.
Yeah, it was announced that Kaylee Bryson was going to be making her must-see sprint car debut when it was going to be this weekend. I talked to her and the car owner, thanks to you, and I guess she's got a conflict now that weekend of May 11th, so she's not going to be running that show, unfortunately.
There's a couple other big names that I'll let Jim disclose,
Okay.
And there's a really big name, couple really big names coming still on May 11th. And that's, like I said, it's one of the reasons why we talked, and this was postponed last week. We knew what possibilities could happen, and this worked out best for both the racetrack and the series. And it's not my place because it's the least event, and Jim Hanks's PR does a great job. And I'll let Jim disclose that when we get closer.
Awesome. Well, Chris, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Definitely looking forward to seeing you, if not before the 19th of October for the Nightmare in Dusky.
It'll be a fun event.
Yes,
sir.
That one I'm looking forward to. That's, I think, the last race on my calendar for the year.
So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for what you do for racing.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you for what you do for racing.
All right. Have a
You
good
got
night.
it.
We'll see ya.
Thanks, Chris.
There you go. Chris Mize from Sandusky Speedway. Official title of race director, but kind of he's got his hands in everything. He's race ambassador, I think would be a good title for him. So we got some news to get to, and then we're going to do some giveaways. We're also going to give away some Big D's Pizza. The How Many's coming up as well. So still a little bit of business to take care of. Still time to get in. If you want to win those pit passes, again, it's hashtag 15Y. Put that in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live if you're listening to us live. If you're listening to us on a different day like Friday, you can put it in there, but you're probably not going to win. Just weird the way that works out. But the stipulation is on the winning of the pit passes for Oakshade Raceway. John Young giving this away, John Young Racing. He does not want it to go to a driver's spouse, or crew members.
Not a race team.
People that
Team
are in the
member.
pits normally. He wants to get somebody who doesn't normally get to experience the pits to get these pit passes, and you can use them anytime during the 2024 season at Oakshade Raceway. 15Y will get you in the drawing for that, and then, of course, our regular drawing coming up later.
And it
as
would
well
be
for
really
the
nice if you
window
stop past
sticker.
the 15Y car and talk to
thank
John and thank him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know he's going to be there this weekend. He's got some engine issues.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Some motor things. So he might be back the following weekend. That's his hope. So we shall see. But hashtag DCR for the Hammer Down Racing Report window decal, courtesy of DCR Graphics. Back to some. Let's do our racing news, and then we'll get into some. We also have a Hammer Down hotline coming up as well. That'll be fun, I'm sure.
We'll deal with that.
Yes.
Latest racing news.
So, latest racing news. Switch back over to that page here.
Here we go.
if you may have seen the Dega race, the Toyota drivers were kind of running their own little deal there, their own little strategy, and basically somebody effed up.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
It could have, but it didn't.
John Hunter Nemechek shoved Bubba Wallace going into turn 3 in the late stages of the Cup race at Talladega. Wallace was then pushed into the 42 of Eric Jones. At the time of the bump draft, their bumpers weren't in line due to the bump in the surface on the track there.
The track had character.
It did.
That's how we
it was
started.
Sketchy.
We started the show that way, and here we are again.
Jones got hooked and was sent hard nose first into the outside wall. The 27-year-old was taken to the infield care center at the track. He was then released. However, after being released from the infield care center, Jones went back and then was taken to a local hospital for further evaluation. Jones was released from the hospital later Sunday night. And then Monday, back in Charlotte, he visited a specialist, and it was discovered that he suffered a compression fracture in lower vertebrae. Due to that injury, Jones will not race this weekend in Dover. Corey Heim will be filling in for him. And I guess he's going to be on a week-to-week basis to see when he may be back. But I would think a back injury is probably not a quick turnaround to come back to the car. I could be wrong. But, John said he will be at the track, but just not racing.
Right.
So you may not see his car, but he'll be around. St. Louis area saw multiple tornadoes touch down last Thursday, pretty much during our show last week. Seems to be Thursday nights, the severe weather.
Yeah.
Although tonight looks pretty calm out there. But this was over in St. Louis. The storms have caused significant damage to the facility at Worldwide Technology Raceway there. The drag strip grandstands were flipped over and landed on the strip itself. However, the oval portion of the facility, that appears to have escaped any significant damage.
Yay.
Mother Nature is just not a fan of racing. Did you hear about this IndyCar deal? Just announced yesterday, I believe it was. Joseph Newgarden has been disqualified from the IndyCar season opener at St. Petersburg. They just announced this yesterday. You look confused.
What? What?
It hands over the win to Pato O'Ward. All three Penske race teams were penalized for push-to-pass violations for the March 10th race. I was reading the details in it, and I didn't totally understand the push-to-pass.
The technology,
yeah. But somehow, either it was used inappropriately or it was made so they could use it inappropriately. Either way, something that was bad there, and they ended up disqualifying
and they discovered
a month after the race ended. Yeah. So some crazy stuff there in IndyCar. Tires may be a major factor at this year's NASCAR All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. Have you heard about
I did.
Okay.
The drivers and teams get to choose the compound they want to race with.
There's going to be 3 tire types or compounds, I guess you can say. There's going to be the prime tire, the option tire, which are the main choices, and then the wet tire, and that's only if it rains.
Right.
That's just there because it's a short track, and if it rains, they use the wet tire. But the option tire and the prime tire are the 2 main things. They'll have the option to start on either the prime or option tire for the heat races and the All-Star Open. The prime tires are basically the regular slick compound that they would race there regularly.
Right.
And the option tire is made with the same compound as the wet tires, but it's a slick tire, so it's a softer rubber. So you're going to get a lot of grip, but it's going to wear out real fast.
Absolutely.
So that'll add to some, I guess, strategies going into the All-Star race. I don't know if that'll make it more exciting, but it's just another interesting twist, I guess you could say. I don't know. Do you think it's going to be interesting? Do you like the whole tire strategy deals?
I think NASCAR is scrambling.
You think so?
I just
know what they need to do? They ought to have a hot dog race.
There you go.
At the All-Star race. That, I think, would help turn things around.
Dennis LeBay, that's got to say #DCR.
Yep, you need the little hashtag in front of it.
It needs the hashtag, and it needs
just like Mark did there below you.
Yeah, and it needs to say DCR. Doesn't matter if it's caps or not, but.
A couple other news items here. Lawrenceburg Speedway is going to be replacing Gas City Speedway's Wednesday, June 5th date for the 20th annual USAC Indiana Midget Week due to the closure of the track, or lack of reopening, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
I guess it's kind of sad because I think Gas City and Montpelier there's just crickets coming from those facilities.
Yeah, as far as
racing.
Yeah.
It's sad. Hopefully somebody will step up and take over. And finally, if you think running a racetrack's easy and you want to do that, here's your opportunity. Yeah. West Virginia Motor Speedway was listed for sale last year, but the price has been reduced. You can get it now for under $1 million.
Oh my.
$925,000, and it's yours.
That's quite the facility.
Isn't that the big track?
Yeah, it's a big 5/8, a lot of banking.
Isn't there like a creek that goes through the middle of it too?
It was state of the art when they first opened it. They had
big dirt late model races.
Yeah, they had sprinkler system built into the walls, which left wet and dry spots. Initially there was no water.
I wonder if that still works.
But no, it didn't work then. It won't work now.
All right. Well, so think about that when you go to make an offer on that facility. That's it for racing news tonight. Got to mention Victory Fuel. It's a refreshing natural hydration alternative that replenishes your electrolytes and is packed with vitamins, providing a boost for athletes and individuals on the go. Basically, it's a drink that's not bad for you, like soda or anything, and it's
no caffeine,
and it tastes, and it's good.
Lots of good electrolytes. So if you're at a hot racetrack,
safe for kids. It's not an energy drink. Just because it's called Victory Fuel, it kind of makes it sound like it. It's not an energy drink. It's like a vitamin water kind of.
Right.
But it tastes good. It doesn't taste like the vitamin water.
And the Lucky Lemon tastes kind of like the lemon shake-ups that you get at the fair.
It's like a melted lemon slushy.
Yeah, it's good.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
So, it's got no caffeine, no added coloring. If I pour this out, it's just clear. And no carbonation either. You can get yours online at drinkvictory.com. Be sure to use discount code DOMINATION or Conley Racing. That's all one word there, and save 10% off. And you can help fuel those racing programs. It's going to be available at tracks and events this summer. As Oakshade mentions, going to be in Victory Lane there. Fremont, I believe, has it in Victory Lane this year. So people picking up on that. Hopefully we'll have Victory Fuel at Sandusky Speedway. There you go. We should have mentioned that to Chris. And finally, got to mention Dittman Motorsports, the official Hoosier racing tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. You can get a hold of him for any kind of race car service, body work, parts, whatever, at 419-283-8580. Just do it before Saturday because I believe he's going to be heading down to Eldora to race on Saturday there. So we did get a message on the Hammer Down hotline. Let's take care of that. Before we do that, though, we'll mention if you want to call, leave us a message, something you want to talk about, something you want to get off your chest, racing related. There you go, 419-318-3081, 419-318-3081. You can call or text it. Here's a text that we got. I guess we'll preface this first. Dave Gumby was leading a lot of the truck feature at Fremont.
He and Jamie Miller had a spectacular side-by-side race.
Did he end up finishing on the track in second? Or third, second? Okay.
Second.
And then after the race was disqualified due to a measurement.
Rear outside wheel measurement.
Okay.
And there's a maximum measurement sidewall to sidewall, and he failed by a little bit.
3/8, he told me.
Right.
3/8 of an inch. And then he said that you and his owner measured it once he got back in the pit area, and it was right at the 70 inches or whatever it should be.
It's 74 inches.
74 inches.
And I think what happened is that...
And what is this measurement? Just so
it's from the outside of the right rear tire to the outside of the left rear tire.
Okay, so it's the width of the rear end.
Total width of the rear axle.
Okay.
And tires and bulge and everything else. When he went over the scales, he was in the car. And Davey weighs 180 pounds. And of that 180...
He doesn't weigh that much, does he?
He does. It
must be dad weight.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, that weight would be distributed about a third on the left front, a third on the left rear, and a third on the right rear. And it would take a little bit off the right front. So when he got out of the car and we measured it, it took basically 120 pounds off of the rear rear end of the car. And I think that let the tires stand up just a little bit. And
So the tire flex is what you
the
think
tire
was
flex was what jumped up and bit them.
okay. And so here is the text that we got on the Hammer Down hotline. Why is the P51 Fremont truck caught cheating every year, especially 2 years in a row for the same infraction? Did he get...
Davey is very confident, and I think he just wanted to give everybody a bit of a head start on the points.
Oh, okay. You've been thinking about that answer
All night, buddy.
Was it?
No, that was spontaneous.
No, I mean, did he? Was there an issue last year for that same issue with his truck? I thought Corey might have had that issue. I didn't.
Corey had that issue. I think the P51 did. There's an.
Is there any way to fix that other than using different wheels that aren't pushing out?
Wheel offsets?
Yeah.
A lot of racers use wheel spacers to space wheels in and out as a chassis adjustment. So
is there any advantage to having that out? Maybe an extra inch. It's going to make you wider.
Wider is
better to turn.
Wider is better.
So it does give you. There is an advantage.
But if you're approaching the limit of the rule, I would err on the side of caution.
Dad bod, he says. 2 years ago he did. So it wasn't last year.
Okay. But that track width was an issue.
So I mean,
and it has been.
And I don't know that that's technically just because you fail post, and I'm not defending, I'm not taking any sides here, but just because you failed post race tech doesn't mean you're necessarily cheating. Like you said, something could break on the car, something could change.
Right.
That's going to, cause it not to meet specs after the race.
Right.
But is there intent? I think cheating has more to do with intent, like how can I get around this rule kind of thing, as opposed to pushing the envelope. I don't know, but
yeah.
But they are enforcing that rule, so that's they've there's
a wheelbase rule that they check frequently. There's a rear tread width rule or track width rule that they check very frequently.
Do they check
the weight?
Just the top finishers, top three?
I believe
top
the top
five?
three.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, there's your Hammer Down hotline. I think that's it. Yeah, 74 inches. That's what he said.
Right.
Let's move on with some Big D's Pizza to give away. And how many? How's that?
How many?
And don't forget, still a little bit of time left to get in on the hashtag DCR for the sticker. That can go to anybody. And non-drivers or crew members can put in hashtag 15Y for the free pit passes for Oakshade Raceway, which I'll give away momentarily as well. So last week's how many was how many dirt trucks were going to be at Fremont on Saturday. I got two numbers.
Really?
I did, yeah. 26 were running, 28 were there, but did not start, according to the official My Race Pass. Actually, no, it was Brian Liskai's results there, his write-up. So I accepted both 26 and 28.
Yeah.
We had one person guess 26, one person guess 28. So guess what we're going to do?
We're going to spin off on the two.
We're going to spin the Big D's pizza wheel.
Wait. How did the studio
how did we do? Well, that's a good question because I didn't write that down.
I think I said 26
I
and you
think
went
you were
one
right.
under.
Did I?
I think.
I said 25 and you said 26.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, you've been on a roll. I've been on a terrible streak. But as far as our listeners, we had two, as I mentioned. Craig Ozenbaugh guessed 26, and Mark Gaynock guessed 28. So those are the two. They have a chance to win a free Big D's Pizza. So here we go. We're going to spin the wheel and find out who wins this week's How Many. Looks like it's going to be Mark Gaynock.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Mark.
Get with Dean over there at Big D's Pizza to claim your Big D's Pizza.
You've got 30 days to do it.
Thank you for reminding me there. So this week's how many, and a chance to win some more Big D's Pizza. We're going to, since we talked to Oakshade this weekend, and they're set to open,
Right.
possibly, depending on Mother Nature.
And that makes this a tricky question.
Yes, it does. How many compacts? I'm going with the compacts. They don't get much recognition. So how many compacts are going to be in action at Oakshade on Saturday night? Because last year there was a lot of compacts. I think we had over 40 on some nights. So.
And the folks at Oakshade are very committed to getting opening night in.
So is it going to be 0? Is it going to be 40? Is it going to be 10? Boy, you have to choose first. Oh, did you want to see the comments so you can see?
No,
what
that's
people are
okay.
guessing?
I'm going
I'll
with
show you here.
32.
Let's see. Brian says 0. 32. There's a 32. 20. All right, you go with 32. I'm going to be the pessimist again and say 31.
Again. Okay.
1 under. And we'll see.
Well, you've got both aspects covered that way.
Yes, if it's 0, I win. If it's 31, I win. Anything less than 32, I win.
Anything between 0 and 31,
Yes.
You're good.
Yes, sir. Might have some Michigan guys, Garrett Wiles says. So if you want a chance to win some Big D's Pizza, put your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. You can do so even if we're not live. That's fine. You can still get entered up until 4. Maybe we should do it earlier just in case the rain out. If there is a rain out. Should we say noon on Saturday? What should we do?
10 o'clock Saturday.
10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, that's
probably
when they
get out there
to analyze the weather.
Gotcha. 10 o'clock on Saturday morning is the cutoff on that. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, on Spotify or whatever, just find our Facebook Live video or the YouTube Live on our YouTube channel, and you can put your guess in the comments there. As long as it's before 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, you will be entered. So whoever is closest will win that. If we have a tie, we'll spin the Big D's Pizza Wheel again. And it's not closest without going over.
Right.
It's just closest. You can go over, under, whatever. And you can guess the same thing as someone else.
Bill Daniels is letting us know that Herbie Haynes will be in a compact on Saturday because his normal ride is not quite ready.
Interesting.
They discovered an engine issue. And
oh, those are never good.
Yeah.
Engine gremlins. So, the only thing is you cannot change your guess. Once you put your guess in, you are locked in. If you change it, you will get black flagged. Disqualified. So there you go. We'll give away the sticker and the pit passes here as soon as we do our Big D's Pizza racing menu for this weekend.
This weekend, Big D's Pizza racing menu.
Tomorrow night, Attica. If you haven't heard, they've pushed up their start times because of the forecast for tomorrow for some rain coming in late. So the North Central Electric, Craig Miller Trucking, Bucyrus Road Materials Night featuring the AFCS 410 Sprints, UMP late models, and AFCS 305s will begin at 7 p.m. Racing at 7. Gates are going to open earlier at 4, so basically moving things up almost an hour. Because usually they start at 7:45, but they're going to try and get things started by 7. General admission, $20 there at Attica Raceway Park. Should be pretty nice weather. We'll have the Ron Miller weather pit stop coming up. Weekend weather pit stop, yeah. Oakshade Raceway on Saturday night. Opening night featuring the DCR Graphics Sportsman, Dominator Superstocks Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission, $15 there. Fremont Speedway, Gressman Power Sports Level Engine Superhero Night. That's right, they're going to have superheroes there.
Right.
Or you can, again, dress up as a superhero.
I suppose you could.
No, I'm asking, are you?
Oh.
Because you're going to be there.
No.
All right, fine. Disappointed in that. AFCS 410s, AFCS 305s, and the dirt trucks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7 Saturday night at Fremont Speedway. General admission, $20. Eldora Speedway, the rescheduled Dirt Track World Championship for the mods and stocks. That'll be happening Saturday. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. $20 general admission there. Other series action this weekend. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The Melvin L. Joseph Memorial at Georgetown Speedway in Georgetown, Delaware. That's going to be Friday, tomorrow night, April 26th at Hagerstown Speedway. And then Saturday, April 27th, the battle in the Borough at Port Royal Speedway in Pennsylvania on Sunday. Yes. World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. The Knoxville Spring Showdown at Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa. Friday and Saturday for that. And then May Day Showdown at Jacksonville Speedway in Jacksonville, Illinois on Wednesday of next week, May 1st. I thought I saw somebody post something about the Knoxville thing.
I think it's raining.
Is it raining there? I haven't seen Dave post anything. Hopefully we didn't lose our producer there. I do know that World of Outlaw Case Construction Equipment late model series action has been canceled, I guess we could say. Yep. It wasn't postponed, it was canceled. The Fujita 50 at Arrowhead Speedway in Oklahoma and the Wichita Late Model Showdown at 81 Speedway in Kansas for this weekend, Friday and Saturday, canceled due to forecasts showing dangerous thunderstorms and torrential rain in the area for this weekend. So
that's not good.
No, hopefully it doesn't hurt the track there too. ARCA Menard Series in action at Dover Motor Speedway. The General Tire 150, that will be on Friday, April 26th. That's tomorrow night, 5 o'clock on FS1. Dave's sleeping. Okay. NASCAR Xfinity Series, Bet Rivers 200 at Dover Motor Speedway. That'll be Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on FS1. And then the NASCAR Cup Series, Worth 400 at Dover on Sunday at 2 p.m. on FS1. Those times all Eastern Time. NTT IndyCar in action this weekend. Children of Alabama Indy Grand Prix at Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama on Sunday. That'll be at 1 o'clock on NBC. And one race down under this weekend, the season finale at High Tech Oil Speedway, Friday, April 26th, featuring late models and modifieds and sedans. And then Saturday featuring V8s, dirt modifieds, and the AMCA Nationals.
Be a good day to watch some racing in Australia.
Well, morning here won't it be? So that's your Big D's Pizza race menu. So let's give away some stuff now. Since we made you wait this. Holy crap, it's 8:45.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry to make you wait that long, but again, hashtag DCR for the window decal. Put that in the comments if you haven't done so already. If you have, you're already in the drawing. And again, hashtag 15Y for the Oakshade Raceway pit passes, although we're only going to pick a non-driver, non-crew member winner for this. And so we're going to actually draw maybe 2 or 3. Two? We'll do 2. So there's an alternate. So if John says that you're ineligible because you're a race crew or something, then, well, that's up to him. So we'll start off with our DCR here and the window decal, which you can also buy for just $5 from DCR Graphics. Just get a hold of them at the number that's scrolling at the bottom of your screen right about now. Right there it is.
Put it on your race car and let us know how you finish, and we'll talk about it on a show.
There you go. Just share a picture with us. And more information on the Hammer Down Army is available on our website,
right.
HammerdownRacingReport.com. Just click on the Hammer Down Army, and that information is there. So we got 40 entries tonight for the sticker. So let's make sure we're sharing that. Let's get this off the screen. My mouse is not working. There we go. Here we go for the sticker. I saw John Young's name in there. There's Dave Gumby Jr., Big D's Pizza, Tanya Conley, our Victory Fuels.
Congratulations, Tanya.
Rep actually, she's the Victory Fuel rep for all of Ohio. Right. You got a Hammer Down Racing Report sticker. Slap that on Dylan's car there, and you can be part of the Hammer Down Army. You can pick that up from Ron Miller Race Cars within 30 days, and or we can make some other arrangements. Just get a hold of myself or Ron.
Yeah.
What is today? 25th? Yeah. So that is for the sticker. Now, for the pit passes, let's clear this off of here. Again, this is for hashtag 15Y, so if you already put that in, you're in the drawing. It's going to be this one. All right, got 24 entries in this. I know there's a lot of racers that listen, so they're probably I can't win the pit passes.
I wanted those.
Yeah. Here we go for the free pit passes at Oakshade, courtesy of John Young Racing. He did not specify, though, if they were Oakshade drivers. Like if a driver at Toledo, can they win? Well, we'll see what we have to work with. James David. He's got a picture. I'm not familiar with if he's a racer.
I think that's a compact races, possibly Sandusky.
So that might be. Well, here we go. He's going to be our primary, and we'll determine if hopefully John's watching. He says nope. Nope what? Nope to that? Nope to James or what? Please specify your nope, Mr. Young. So here's our alternate. We're going to draw our alternate here for the free pit passes. We'll find out who that is. Kyle Diebert, or Dibert. Congratulations. Either you or James David has won a pair of pit passes for Oakshade. James is a driver, so John says nope to James. Sorry, James. Kyle Diebert is well, John let me know if that one's okay. As far as we know, we think he's okay, right?
Right.
But we're not the ones giving away the tickets. Again, John Young Racing giving away the tickets tonight. So we'll make sure that Diebert has cleared the stipulations and criteria. And I'm stalling, waiting for John to respond there. In the meantime, we will mention that we'll be back next week.
John Young is James racer.
Big D's, Dean says he's not a driver. So Kyle Diebert, I believe, will be the winner of the free pit passes for Oakshade Raceway. Right. And congratulations, Kyle. Okay, there you go. Thanks again to John Young Racing for making a complicated giveaway, but it was the intent is definitely good there. So, and we appreciate that. It's cool.
Yeah. James, make sure you stop by the 15Y and
not James, Kyle
or Kyle. Yeah, make sure stop by.
James got the black flag.
Stop by the 15Y
and thank him for your pit passes. We'll have
for
John,
making for an interesting night.
Yeah. I'll get with you, or John will get with you and figure out how to take care of that. So congratulations, Kyle. And I think that is about it for this week's edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. I was mentioning next week on the show, Jerry Keyser is going to be joining us.
All right.
To talk Lima Land. Actually, he asked me to come down and announce for him for the Keyser Memorial on May 31st.
Oh, because he's busy.
He's going to be racing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hell yeah, you better win, though. So we'll be talking Lima Land and Butler next week on the show. Hopefully get Tim Wilbur on. Waiting to hear back from him.
Our weekend weather pit stop is
I forgot about that.
It's going to be short and sweet.
Okay.
Check the Facebook page. Check the website before you head off to the races, just to make sure the whole weekend is
hot,
sketchy,
and hot.
Yeah. Sunday near 80 degrees.
Yeah, I think it was like lower 80s and humid.
Yeah.
But that chance of rain Friday, late Friday, early Saturday, that could make things interesting with some of our Saturday tracks. So yeah. You're done with that?
I'm done.
All right, we're back to that. That's you in the truck.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Where's the crash?
Where's the crash? Thanks to associate producer Dave Kammer, contributors John Young, Matt Swander, and Bob Stazak. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform or your least favorite, whatever podcasting platform you
happen to stumble on.
Yeah, we're on there. iHeartRadio, Spotify, we're on them all. Check us out at HammerdownRacingReport.com. You can listen to us there, too. You don't want to download an app or anything. You can listen to us right off the website. And also don't forget to check out the Hammer Down Army information on there. Still don't have very many drivers yet for this year because I think a lot of them from last year think they're carrying over. You need to re-enlist for this year. So we need to see a new picture of the Hammer Down Racing Report sticker that you can get from DCR Graphics on your car. and we'll add you to the Army this year. It's just that easy, and then we'll report where you finish. There's a link at the bottom of that page where you can actually post where you finish.
Ooh.
So you can just fill that out every week, and
Poof, there
makes
you
things easy for me. Then I can just pull it off of there. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Romular Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dipman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Victory Fuel. Thanks again to our guests this week, Chrissy Henricks from Oakshade and Chris Mize. Always a pleasure talking to both of them.
Oh, boy.
Chris Mize from Sandusky. And hopefully have great seasons at both tracks this year. So we'll be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock, here on the Hammer Down Racing Report. Get out and support your local track this weekend.
Get somewhere.
We'll see you.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.